Hey everyone, welcome back to FT News. I'm Myra. Netflix's Worst Neighbor ever proves that sometimes the greatest danger is not a stranger, but the person living right next door. Across 4 disturbing true crime stories, the series explores how ordinary neighborhood disputes can spiral into violence, fraud, and heartbreaking tragedy. Let's break down how each case ends and what really happened. The first and most shocking story follows Frances Zaire. What begins as a friendship with Shauna and Dave slowly turns into a dangerous obsession fueled by paranoia and resentment. Over time, Zaire repeatedly contacts police with bizarre complaints and even warns officers that she plans to settle things herself. Those warnings eventually become reality. Armed with a gun, Zaire attacks the couple at their home. The shooting leaves devastating consequences, with Shauna later revealing she underwent 16 surgeries to recover from her injuries. In court, Zaire is convicted of murder, attempted murder, and burglary before receiving a prison sentence of 35 years. It is the clearest example in the series of how ignored warning signs can end in unimaginable violence. The second episode shifts to Indiana, where a massive neighborhood explosion initially appears to be a tragic accident. Investigators eventually uncover a much darker truth. Montserrat Shirley, known as Monsi, and her boyfriend Mark Leonard had allegedly planned an insurance fraud scheme. Instead of simply collecting money, their plan resulted in an explosion that destroyed homes and devastated an entire community. Looking back, many neighbors admit they had noticed strange behavior long before the disaster, but nobody could have predicted how catastrophic the outcome would become. The third story focuses on Miles and Melina Armstead after they move into a quiet neighborhood in Oakland. Their problems begin when their former neighbors are evicted, leaving behind Jamal Thomas, also known as JT. Rather than accepting the eviction, JT continues living on the property and begins relentlessly harassing the Armstead family. Despite repeated calls to police and growing fears for their safety, the situation continues escalating until it ends in tragedy. Unlike the earlier episodes, this case does not offer a satisfying sense of justice. Instead, it raises uncomfortable questions about whether repeated warning signs were ignored and whether earlier intervention could have prevented the violence altogether. The final episode takes a completely different direction. Detective Mark O'Donnell receives an anonymous tip suggesting wealthy homeowner Charles Wilding may already be dead while someone continues using his identity. The investigation quickly leads to Caroline Herling, who claims she is managing Wilding's affairs while he is supposedly traveling. As detectives dig deeper, her entire story begins falling apart. The investigation eventually uncovers one of the season's most disturbing revelations. Charles Wilding had actually died from natural causes, but instead of reporting his death, Herling allegedly concealed it, dismembered his body, and continued using his identity to steal money and manage his financial affairs for her own benefit. While the first 3 stories focus on violent neighborhood disputes, the final episode explores a chilling financial deception that proves greed can be just as horrifying as violence. The ending of Worst Neighbor ever does not revolve around a single mystery or one final twist. Instead, each episode stands as a reminder that dangerous situations often develop slowly through years of ignored warning signs, broken relationships, and decisions that gradually spiral out of control. Some cases end with courtroom convictions, others leave behind painful questions about systemic failures, but together they paint a frightening picture of how quickly everyday neighborhood conflicts can transform into national true crime stories. By the end of the season, one message becomes impossible to ignore. Sometimes the people we fear least are the ones capable of causing the greatest harm, making these real-life stories even more unsettling than fictional thrillers. Thank you for watching this video. Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one.